So power loss is something you may have heard me speak about before, but I'd like to go in a bit more detail around it. So the symptoms of power loss sometimes are quite similar to those of soul loss. But there are certain times or aspects of power loss which are unique to power loss. And power loss, just as a reminder, symptoms of power loss can be bad luck. A string of bad luck almost always indicates some kind of power loss. Attention problems, focus problems, chronic fatigue, some autoimmune problems may be a symptom of power loss. Almost all addictive behaviors, whether they're on a physical level or on a mental level, are an attempt to remedy power loss by diverting energy away or around the source of the power loss. And what I mean by that can be best demonstrated by looking at what is called obsessive compulsive disorder on a mental level. This is a power loss actually on a mental level. Well, actually, obsessive compulsive type ideations are not power loss in themselves, but they are trying to medicate some form of power loss. So with obsessive compulsive kinds of behaviors, you have this repetitive thing that you have to do. You have to do it in a particular pattern, and you have to do it at a particular time, and you can't do something that you want to do until you've done that particular pattern. So that's what I'm talking about with obsessive compulsive. So basically what that whole process is doing is trying to stop any possibility that the person would not be in control of the situation, right? That's always what these are. And the need to be in control to that extent means that there is some place where the person is losing power. And they're trying to stop the loss of power by controlling from a mental level. And so whenever you see that now addictions can also be indicative of soul loss because they'll do the same thing around soul loss. They will cycle energy away or around the trauma that's at the heart of soul loss. We'll talk about that in a bit. But for instance, on a physical level, let's say you have someone who's got a pot smoking addiction that they can't break. You probably have a lot of those in Mendocino, right? Generally speaking, a person who's got some kind of an addiction where they can't stop it, it's generally because the drug is either taking them away from the place that they can't, where the power is leaking, or it might be augmenting or mimicking the power loss, and they would then have an opportunity to get control over it by engaging in the addiction. Now that second thing is a very tricky thing. Like, it's so odd to think about someone doing that, but that happens. So I just want to give you that heads up.